So this place is called Eucharistia. It's located in the city, and I think it's one of the prettiest places in the city. It's very quiet. I mean, save for the sound of some construction that's going on for a skyscraper nearby, but otherwise it is actually a pretty peaceful place. And the garden is actually laid out with the Stations of the Cross. So as you go through the entirety of the garden, you get things like that. The stations, and so on and so forth. Now this giant building back here, I don't know what it's for, but I reckon it's for events and retreats or something of that sort. This entire place is located inside the Archbishop's Palace grounds. Okay, sorry I keep looking over there, but I gotta check my framing. Oh, by the way, that is a skyscraper being constructed that is producing all the noise. So this is probably one of my favorite spots in the entire city, just because it's so quiet. It's such a nice place to get away from all the noise and the whatever of the city. Okay, we're heading back now, and yeah, we're probably gonna go buy some stuff to make cookies with. So it is November 11th, 2016, and nothing particularly interesting happened today. Woke up late again like a dumbass, went to cooking class, shot a few time lapses, and then went home. Utterly boring day, nothing of importance to talk about. Nothing I'd care to share on the vlog anyway. But today is day 2 of our hashtag 12 days of TechMas. 12 days of TechMas. 12 days of TechMas is our holiday oriented sort of gift guide for stuff you could get that lovable geek, graphic artist, or gamer in your life. On the first day of TechMas, what we featured was a 400 peso pair of headphones that sounded pretty boss. And today, we're featuring something that can be found, well, you have alternatives to this, but what we have today is, hold on one sec, this thingy. Okay, so I know it looks like some kind of squid contraption deal. Idiot, the focus was off the whole time. So I know this looks like just some kind of contraption, squid contraption thing, but what it really is a flexible tripod. It's pretty nice. It basically fits into any shape you want it to look, okay? The camera goes on top here, and this is a ball head from Manfrotto. It's useful because sometimes tripods are just usually way too big. Like where the camera is situated right now, it's literally, what, 4 feet off the ground? And even at its smallest, it's at least still 1.5 feet tall. This, on the other hand, can get flat like that, so giving better angles and stuff. So this one I got from CDR King, that store, the electronic store that everyone loves to go to for stuff made in China. I got this for about 500-600 bucks, and it's actually pretty heavy duty. It claims to support up to 5 kilograms, and in so far as I have tested it today, it definitely does support the camera. I used to use this little flimsy piece of crap right here. If you notice, there's nowhere really to mount a camera. What actually happened is this thing here is where the camera mounts, right? And it broke off from here. So plastic piece of crap. Was great though, very portable. However, could not nearly support the necessary weight of the camera. This, however, is very sturdy. The legs may be made in China, but they feel very heavy duty. And the ball head here is from Manfrotto, one of the best tripod companies the friggin' world. So why in God's name would you ever want to use this aside from just getting the camera really flat like that? Well, I'm really glad you asked. What else can you do with the flexible tripod thing? Well, if you notice, the legs are bendable, okay? So you can actually go, let's say for example you wanted to put your camera up here, you could actually have it do this. There. So the camera would then be mounted up here, okay? And it would be still sort of stable. I mean, yeah, all the legs actually have these sort of rubberized rings around them that provide better grip on most surfaces. The balls of the feet, the ends of the feet are actually also balls covered with the same material, and it's great for keeping it stable. You could definitely put it in weird places and weird angles, and that's definitely a good thing to have if you want to take sort of out of the box type photos or videos. It's also great for putting on chairs, because then you could have it like be gripping the chair. Because of how the ends of the feet are able to curve, you can have it be gripping the chair like this. Though I do not recommend putting all your camera's weight in the hands of this thingy. Other weird uses I've found for it, you can also use it as a sort of camera stabilizing rig. Like wrap two legs around your arm and the other with your other hand, and it helps you capture more stable video. Having the ability to put the tripod or the camera, mounting it to basically whatever surface without really having to worry if it's gonna stick or not. Just have these little claw things, these octopi legs, do the work for you. I think it's a great thing to have. So who is this gift for? The photographer in your life. Though granted, the 500 peso price tag that I mentioned earlier doesn't include the ball head, but still having the ability or having the option to have a tripod like this would definitely be a big plus to that photographer in your life's arsenal. Also, the price isn't too crazy high, so they at least get the option to try this without having to really shell out a huge amount of cash. There is a more, I would say, legitimate version made by Joby of the same product, or it's basically this, but I suppose built a bit more sturdier with better materials, but it costs a crap load of money. Like the cheapest one is at least $120, so times 10 price difference. Cost savings are always great, and they basically function the same. One caveat though is that these are kind of hard to find in the CDR King stores. You'll maybe have to try a couple of different stores before you can find one. I know it took me I went to at least 3 different stores before I was able to find one that had these things. So remember back a couple of vlogs I mentioned I would be using this instead? Yeah, that turned out not to be such a great idea. This thing is heavy. This is at least half as light as this thing. It's much more flexible, it's much more versatile, and if worst comes to worst, you can wrap these two together like this and have a double camera mount. How crazy is that? Okay, so I guess that's all the stuff I wanted to talk about, the flexible Gorilla Pod thing. And that's it for day 2 of our 12 days of Techmas. Hit subscribe down there if you want to see more Techmas videos. If you get a photographer in your life, make sure to get them one of these. They're very cool. But yeah, that's the end of today's vlog. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. You stay awesome.